Hi everyone, Swanky Markets here with the outlook for Thursday, the 8th of July. 2 nights left on YouTube, I hope. We're just going to start tonight with the system that I use for when London opens. There's a lot of breakout systems about, and this is the one that I use, and it's the one I find most successful, and I like it. This is the euro dollar. Woke up this morning, this red box was there, no trade. The Asian overnight was too big. So it told me that there was no trade on the settings that I trade with, and as we can see, it didn't hit either. EMAs were below, so I'd only be looking to long. We're very near the top of 126 anyway, so you wouldn't have taken it. The pound dollar, with the yellow box, so there was a trade. Price started to go down, you went in, closed in there, went in on the retest. At its height, you were up 30 pips, so 31 pips, so that's enough to take third half out, stop at break even. You would have got stopped out at break even on your other half or your other 2/3, whatever, and then it would have broke it up and you would have got in here. If you want to use this system, 56 pips, 67, 73 at its height, so you would have got that. So that seemed to work quite well. The Aussie dollar, again yellow box, came down. You wouldn't have gone in there, you would have waited for it to break free. You would have waited for it to at least have closed above. This is a 55 EMA from a 1 hour chart, and you would have taken the trade on the retest, which had happened to go to the pip, and you got your target of 50 pips. Height there 76. At the height of the day you were up 155, and this is just a little retrace now before tomorrow, I'd imagine. Swissy, similar to the Swissy, you wouldn't have gone up because there was lots of EMAs there. It didn't even go into the green zone, came down, closed in here, and down she went. So that was a good trade as well. Yellow box saying. Also this, now this has changed from what it was this morning, but this was down. This here was at 88, hopping between 80 and 86%, and it was down and it was strong. So that, along with, we didn't want to go up, we wanted to go down into the green, down you went. CAD. CAD went up, broke these EMAs, went up. It's called a fakie. You would have had enough to get you stop, to get some out and stop to break even. Then it decided to come down, clear these EMAs, went in here, and then now it's gone down, and it stopped right on the daily 200 EMA. And New Zealand dollar, no trade, and you could have taken it. There was these EMAs right in the middle of the green zone, so I wouldn't have. There was all EMAs everywhere. We'll come to that in a little while on the New Zealand dollar. It's now broken free of them. Euro yen, no trade. Aussie yen, there was a good trade here. Broke these EMAs up here. You little fakey here. You would have got in. You would have had 6 pips of drawdown before you went 36 pips and 36 pips in profit. That's enough to get you stopped to break even, get some out of the trade. Then it reversed and it went up, and you would have got in, and you would have been at your height, up 163 pips. Euro CAD. Now I didn't take the Euro CAD today. You had a trade. It was pretty messy, but I didn't take the Euro CAD today. Euro Aussie was a good trade today. You had all these EMAs there, didn't go in the green, broke free here. You did have the 15-minute 365. This is the only time I use EMAs on a chart, is for this system, but it was over 30 pips away, 33 pips away. So that was enough to get some out of your trade. We stopped to break even, so if it did bounce, at least you had some. Or you could have waited till it closed below it and then got in the retest. And from there right up to the height, 236 pips, and this is 73 pips. Yellow box, good to go, and this is still 73% down. However, it's gone strong to weak, which is not surprising because America's closed now, Asia's not open, there's not a lot of volume in the market, all that sort of thing, so I'm not surprised by that. And we can go through the pairs like that. So that's, in a nutshell, how you use this range. On the site there's a PDF and there's a video on it in more detail, how to use this system, but it is very, very profitable. I'm getting nice trades out of it lately, since I started using it about 2-3 months ago, and I am liking it a lot. So we'll use more about this on the site. Okay, on to tonight's analysis. Okay, this is tonight's analysis now. This is the pound dollar daily. You can see it pinged again right off our trend line again today, and it still can't close above 152. We need to close above 152. Ideally you want to close above above 152.26. A close above that to signal it's reversed. It really is trying. I'm sure a lot of you are watching it today. This is it today. This area here came down, bounced off the support here, came up, has now found the top again, and is now going back down. This is very much summer trading, up, down, up, down, up, down. And you know, and there's 110 pips in between this line and that line, so it's not a bad top and tail in it. Those of you who noticed this today would have got long there, and then you could have got short here at 152. We really needed to close above 152.17. Those of you who are not in this and you don't like topping and tailing ranges, and you need to wait for a price to close above 15222 is what I've got marked down. I'll actually move that up to 15228 actually before entering. If you look on the 4 hour, you can see the channel that this is in. Alright, it's just moving up, it's respecting it. Now what's happening now is it's bouncing off the weekly pivot at 15095. Well, just slightly below that, but that's where it's getting its support from. And then it's got its resistance up here at 15200 even, and it's also the WM3 15207. So it's just ranging there. So if you're a conservative trader, you can wait for a breakout. If you're going to break out south, I'd wait for it to break this channel and close. If you're going to break north, 4 hour, wait for it to close above this level here. This is a big level. The 15200 level is a psych. Just above that is a 76.4 of the fib. There's loads and loads of reasons. Once it closes above this level, it is technically reversed. So it is a huge level. Also, if it breaks up and you get in it long, be very careful, because just above 152.93 you have this 200 EMA, 152.99, sorry, you have the 200 EMA, which is 1 pip away from the psych at 153. Price will retrace there. That will be resistance. It hasn't hit that for a long time. Price will retrace. I will probably short it there, and then when it comes down to the bottom, long it again, and I'm probably going to work it like that. Just above that, up around here, let's give it a couple of days to get over there at 15400. You got this trend line which goes way back. So, you know, just be very careful. However, our stocks are turning. We got MACD divergence on the daily and the 4 hour. So just be very careful and keep that in mind. Okay, so if you're going to long it and you're not in this already, just wait for a break, wait for a close above those levels. Euro dollar closed above 126 last night, as you can see, and then today it's come back and it's tested 38.2. If you go to the 4 hour chart, you can see where it was sitting for over 8 hours. If it will change for me, right on the WM3 125.78, that was the support today. Closed above the 365 yesterday, then it came through last night, and then up it went back up again. 126.55, 126.60 level is where it's getting its peak resistance from, and now it's coming back down. We really do need it to close above there. I'll go into more technical analysis on this tomorrow night, on should it close above there, where the next port to call is, and things like that. But that, you really want to watch that level. So this is like the dollar pound. It's just bouncing between 125.78 and 126.60. So that's a 90 pip bounce. Fundamentally, now I do believe this is going to go up. I do believe if we look at the daily, and if this pattern is to play out, this is not why I believe it's going to go up. I think on the monthly we had the reversal pin bar. The daily we have this inverted head and shoulders. The target of that comes out at here, which is just around the 200 EMA on the daily, so that is doable. Just below that there you have this 363, it's a 365 from another time frame, but we will, I think, hit 127.30. A break of that, we're looking at 128.74. I think I'll go into more detail on these levels tomorrow night for you. I'll spend a bit of time on the euro dollar, but I am very bullish, as I said. So if you're not in this already, then you need for it to close on the 4 hour above 126.55. But just be very careful on it. Okay, there was MACD divergence. We got this channel line here on the 1 hour. It's very rare I go down to the 1 hour in these videos, but we do have, I would draw it there, just be a little conservative. We still have 3 touches. So some people we'll draw it up a bit steeper, and we got this wedge being formed into a wedge. So if you're not in this, just wait for a breakout. Swissy, 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 Swissy.